the Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in L.A. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Two-pointer, PG.
You take a look at Los Angeles.
And it seems like every win they string together, this group gets tougher and tougher to beat. Playing beautiful basketball here of late.
And I think the key is you can't get complacent because you're in a groove. Remember, any team is capable of winning on any given night.
And George with the stop.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly. When I think of Ivica Zubac, I think about solid big man who is still young and developing. It's really a matter of him gaining confidence in his play.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And George, here we go. Good D by Covington. Goal for Zubac is to be a starter in the league.
You know, this guy has started games in the past. He's also played well off the bench. And listen, he's not going to be a guy who shoots with range. But given everything else you need from a center, he can deliver.
Now, here's George. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Coming onto the floor for the Clippers.
Quick start here for the Clippers in this one. 4-point game. Covington into the lane.
When Covington stays in control on his drives, he can be so effective on the move.
Here's Kennard. And he dunks it down.
Takes it to the house.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Now, here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First team.
And we all know what George brings
At the line for your Clippers.
but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
LA timeout.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
There's the drive. And George with the stuff.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Kennard for three. Covington.
Covington.
And the dunk by Covington.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays. Bigger than it.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Pass to Zubac. Back to George. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Cans it from downtown. Kennard's got 5.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Two-pointer.
Good work there as it goes.
Thank you.
And that's 12
Marcus
points for
Morris,
Paul George. And with the postseason
LA
looming,
timeout.
Greg, any change in approach for the playoff contenders?
Goal number 1 is health. Outside of that, you're looking at seeding, trying to fine-tune, and just getting dialed in for what could be a long road.
Substitution.
And yours, we know that Paul George has always been a solid passer, but his assist numbers have been trending up.
Yeah, he's been willing of late to take on more playmaking responsibilities. The skill set was there. It's just early in his career, they needed him to be the lead scorer. Now you're talking about a guy you've got to game plan against as a scorer and as a passer.
Now Batum. Paul George missing from long range. Pass to man. Misses the 3. Clippers trail by 5. And here's Kennard. Last time out, he had 14 points. .56 seconds left in the first quarter. Inside. Here's Zubac. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And it's Paul George with the finish.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Clippers moving the ball around. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 5. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
To the middle. Here's Zubac.
That ball, nice speed that time from George.
Paul George with the assist.
Zubac has got his second bucket tonight.
The passing skills of Paul George are simply impressive. This guy is terrific at realizing when he needs to give it up.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back to the action after this word. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
I think the other thing they've had going for them is their passing. Plenty of their baskets have come off assists.
Now here's Jackson. 11-point game his last outing. Here's Hartenstein. Batum brings the double team. Bucket 2. Jackson misses. Clippers leading by 5. Pass to Coffee. Here's Mann. Zubac with it. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And they pick up 2.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame and that game. Look out, gentlemen.
Here's Hartenstein. Following the basket by Marcus Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw
First team
contact.
foul.
And it